Picture this. It's Faisal, midday, blazing hot sun. Inside this apartment building, though, it's quiet. Really quiet, except for this frantic pounding on a heavy wooden door. Second floor.
Yeah, and that pounding, it's not just noise, it's pure dread building up. Outside that door, you've got the man's ex-wife, another relative, they know him, Mohamed El-Samman, 62 years old, a contractor.
Very dependable, apparently.
Like clockwork.
Yeah.
But he hasn't answered his phone since 8 p.m. the night before, missed his morning routine entirely. That's just not him.
So first thought is maybe health, he's diabetic, maybe a coma or something. But getting to him is another issue. The places like Fort Knox, they even tried scaling the outside walls.
Right, but iron gates on every window. No way in. So they remember something. His daughter knows her dad, conscious as he was, kept a spare key hidden nearby for emergencies.
Okay, so they find it.
They find the key, the lock turns. But the second that door creeps open, well, the whole medical emergency idea just vanishes. Instantly.
Did they see?
The air hits them first. It's chemical. But the sight, it's immediate, violent. Right there on the threshold, this huge splash of blood. Dark, shocking.
Against, like, the normal backdrop of an apartment entrance, just completely jarring.
Totally. And that blood at the door, that's only the start. It doesn't just stop there.
There's a trail.
Oh, yeah. A grim one. They follow it deeper inside. Big, dark smears leading from the entrance through the main living area. And then it gets really concentrated in the kitchen.
Wow, the amount of blood must have been staggering. Suggests a real fight moving through the apartment.
Exactly. A prolonged, maybe frantic struggle. Across 3 different rooms, but they still haven't found him.
Until they check the bathroom.
That's where they find Mohamed El-Samman. In the bathtub. His head's covered. And look, the details here are chilling and crucial. There's this tiny stream of water running just barely, pooling in the tub.
And the chemical smell.
Overpowering. Chlorine, bleach maybe? This wasn't just violence. This was calculation. Someone trying to mask the smell, speed up decomposition. They clearly expected him to lie there for days before anyone found him.
Okay, that shifts everything. Cold calculation. So, the victim, Mohamed El-Samman. Wealthy guy, right? Contractor, properties in Giza, Sohag. Let's unpack him a bit. What was his reputation? Because that really drove the first wave of the investigation.
Well, he was known for being incredibly cautious, borderline paranoid, especially about his money, people close to him, family. They often said he was stingy, even greedy.
He still had ties to the ex-wife, though, through the kids.
Yeah, maintained a decent relationship because their kids lived right there in the same building.
Yeah.
But trust, especially with his assets, he trusted almost no one.
So you've got significant wealth, complex family dynamics, friction over money. Inheritance seems like the obvious place to look first.
Exactly. The police thought so too. High stakes hit, targeted, and the timing supported it.
When was he last heard from?
Saturday night, around 8 p.m., he actually told his eldest daughter he had a large sum of cash in the apartment, ready to buy a new building the next morning.
And then?
Then silence. But crucially, Sunday morning, he doesn't show up for Fajr prayers. That was absolutely old Claude routine for him. Never missed it.
So it screams either robbery gone wrong or someone in the family making a move for the inheritance.
That was the working theory. But the crime scene itself started throwing curveballs almost immediately.
Yeah.
Big ones that didn't quite fit that neat narrative.
Like the entry. You said no forced entry.
Right. None. Whoever did this was let in, or they had a key.
Right.
And then the attack itself. Door, kitchen, bathroom. That suggests control, not some panic smash and grab.
But the biggest contradiction was the bedroom, right?
Yes. The hidden safe. This is key.
Okay.
Despite knowing El-Samman had this pile of cash ready, despite the apparent planning, the killer didn't get into the safe. It was still locked.
Wait, so the money was still there, the money he told his daughter about?
Yes. When investigators finally got it open, the cash was there. Important documents, too. Untouched.
Hold on. That blows the simple robbery or inheritance motive wide open, doesn't it? If the goal was that cash, why leave it? Why go through the cleanup with chlorine and everything if you didn't get the main prize?
It's a huge pivot point. But investigators were kind of stuck on the most logical motive, the family, the inheritance. It made so much sense on the surface. They struggled initially to see it as maybe a completely botched, maybe desperate robbery attempt instead.
So what was missing then, if not the big cash pile?
Just a few things, really. The victim's keys, house, car, safe keys, and both of his mobile phones.
Taking the keys and phones, maybe trying to buy time, prevent identification, maybe hoping to come back for the safe with the key,
Oh,
or just panic.
could be any of those. It
Yeah.
definitely confused things. But it forced them to think, okay, if it wasn't necessarily about the big score inside, who else could have done this?
And that led them back to the building itself. That locked main entrance between 10 p.m. and 7 a.m. was a major constraint.
Absolutely. It meant the killer was almost certainly a resident or someone who had easy access, a key, and the time frame pointed to late Saturday night or early Sunday morning. Suddenly, the focus shifts from the family to the neighbors.
Right. The pool of suspects gets much smaller, much closer to home.
And this is where, the seemingly normal surface starts to crack.
So who were they looking at among the residents?
There was one family they zeroed in on, eventually, lived there for 20 years, a divorced mother, her daughter who was in college, and her son Mohammed, 22 years old. He was a maintenance technician.
What was the perception of them in the building?
Oh, totally respectable. Hardworking folk, everyone knew they were struggling financially. The son, Mohammed, had apparently just broken off an engagement because he couldn't afford it. Just sympathetic, unassuming neighbors.
The classic red herring.
The ultimate red herring.
Yeah.
Which makes the next step so crucial. Security forces decided, despite this reputation, to run a deep background check on them. They didn't just accept the struggling but respectable story.
And that background check. That's where everything this is where it gets really interesting.
Absolutely fascinating and horrifying. It just shattered that whole 20-year facade. Remember the divorced mother? The story was the father was a car dealer who just abandoned them years ago.
Yeah.
Turns out, no, not a car dealer. He's a major drug trafficker. Arrested back in 2008, got a life sentence, and then he escaped prison during the chaos of the January Revolution.
He escaped and was where?
Hiding, potentially hiding right there, or certainly being protected by the family's normal life
Yeah.
for years, living under this total cloak of secrecy.
Wow. So the whole family life, the struggling single mom, it was all built around hiding a fugitive drug lord. That's immense pressure on everyone,
Yeah.
especially the son.
And it gets even darker. The son, Mohammed, the quiet 22-year-old maintenance tech, he wasn't just the son of a fugitive. He himself had faced a murder charge before.
Yeah.
Yes. Though he was acquitted, not enough evidence, apparently. But now you look at him, desperate for money, a history of violence, plus this inherited knowledge of how to operate outside the law, how to hide things from his father's life. He shoots right to the top of the suspect list.
Okay, so the police get a warrant. They go to the neighbor's apartment. Mohammed isn't there at first?
Not initially. They search his room, and there, on the floor, they find a pair of trousers with fresh bloodstains, clearly visible.
Game over, pretty much.
They seize them immediately. Forensics gets involved. And just as they're processing everything, Mohammed comes home.
How did he react? You mentioned he had this sort of inherited criminal savvy. Did he play it cool?
He tried. He definitely tried to mask it, put on a show of composure. Like, he knew how to act if suspected. But the officers there said the tension was palpable, crippling anxiety underneath. He knew the moment he saw them, it was over.
And the blood on the trousers.
Forensics came back fast. A perfect match for the victim, Mohamed El-Samman. No question. Mohammed was arrested.
Did he confess?
Immediately. Laid it all out. And the level of planning was chilling.
This wasn't spontaneous at all then.
Not even close. He admitted he'd been watching El-Samman for some time, studying his routines. He was actually counting on everyone, assuming it was the family, the inheritance. He thought that assumption would be his cover.
Smart. In a twisted way.
He even bought a brand new knife, specifically for this. Something easy to get rid of afterwards.
And the timing. He waited for the prayer time, right?
But hours. He told him he hid on the stairs outside El-Samman's door from about 3:30 in the morning until 7 a.m., just waiting to ambush him when he came out for Fajr prayers.
But El-Samman didn't come out that morning.
No. And by 7 a.m., Mohammed couldn't wait any longer. Couldn't risk leaving. He'd somehow gotten a key, maybe copied one earlier, maybe stole it. It's not entirely clear how, but he used it to open the door quietly.
El-Samman was awake.
Yes. Heard the door, came to see who it was, and found his neighbor, the quiet maintenance kid, standing there with a knife. The attack was instant, right at the door. He dragged him into the kitchen to muffle the noise, and then into the tub.
And the chlorine, the water, that was all part of the plan too.
Absolutely. He confirmed it. To speed up decomposition, kill the smell, he thought it would be days, maybe longer, before anyone found the body, giving him plenty of time.
Time to do what? Get away, sell whatever he stole.
Time to benefit from the robbery he thought he was committing.
So what does this all mean? We've got the detailed planning, the surveillance, the weapon, hours of waiting, this brutal multi-stage attack, the calculated cleanup. all aimed at getting that big pile of cash El-Samman mentioned. After all that risk, all that violence, what did he actually get? What was the haul?
This is where the story just becomes, well, utterly absurd and
Right.
tragic. His search for that cash. Total failure. He couldn't get the safe open. Frantic searching turned up nothing of real value.
We went through all that for nothing.
Worse than nothing, financially speaking. He confessed the only things he managed to actually steal were the victim's keys, which he ditched. The 2 mobile phones, ditched those too. And one other item, a single coin. Insignificant. A quarter pound. Quarter pound.
Pound coin. That's it. That's all he got.
That's it. He dumped everything, the knife, phones, keys, the coin, near the Almaryutia Canal. The press later dubbed him the quarter-pound killer.
Unbelievable. A man known for his wealth, his extreme caution, killed so violently, and the killer walks away with basically nothing. Just a quarter pound. Meanwhile, the whole neighborhood wakes up to the fact they'd been living next to this hidden criminal element for 20 years.
Yeah, the shock was immense. That facade of respectability just crumbled.
Yeah.
And it really highlights the danger of assumption, doesn't it?
Absolutely. Everyone, police included, jumped to the most logical conclusion: inheritance, family feud. That assumption, that red herring, almost let him get away with it.
It blinded them to the desperate person hiding in plain sight right next door. Someone whose hidden history actually made him a far more likely suspect, if only they'd looked past the surface sooner.
It really makes you think, doesn't it? How much do we really know about the people around us? We trust the surface, the image they project. This wealthy man wasn't killed for his millions. He was killed ultimately over loose change by a neighbor hiding an incredible secret. It just leaves you wondering, what hidden histories might be concealed behind the ordinary faces we see every day?